Joey, I wanted to start the show out talking about my back, how much pain I'm in, what happened, and what I'm going through. But something else happened that I think is way more important than that I kind of want to discuss going into this show.
All right.
I don't know if you've been kind of paying attention to the news and everything that's going on weather-wise through the Midwest. But Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, northern part of Mississippi, and I think it was Kansas or Arkansas or something like that, have had like multiple, nearly dozens of tornadoes like blowing through.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Legitimately didn't know that.
Yeah. They're calling it the Quad City tornadoes, which I know there's more than 4. I think there's 5 states, but they're calling it Quad City tornadoes. I woke up this morning and found out that a few things have happened like just in the last like 12 hours that I definitely want to kind of talk about. But I want to make sure that everyone out there who is listening to this, I'm going to release this Sunday morning, the 11th or the 12th. We're recording on the 11th, so the day of, but mostly Friday night. A lot of the shit kind of happened. So if you are in that area and it's still going on as you're listening to this, I hope everyone's okay and everyone stays safe. It looks like it's mostly southern Illinois, northwestern Kentucky, northwestern Tennessee, and northeastern Missouri and northern Mississippi. So I hope everyone's okay. But yeah, I mean, there's a couple factories, warehouses have been blown through. A lot of people are stuck, trying to get rescued, fatalities and stuff like that. A couple of the things that did end up happening was a senior home in Missouri got hit and collapsed. I think 2 people have perished from that. I think a couple people are still being looked for. There's a candle factory in Kentucky that got hit and torn down or got taken down by the tornado. I think they found like 5, but could be up to 50 people died in that. Jeez. And I think the biggest one, and I'm not sure if it is the biggest one because I haven't looked through everything, but the biggest thing I have found was the Amazon warehouse in Edwardsville.
I think I heard about that, but I didn't know it was in Edwardsville.
Yeah, the tornado took out the side of the building, the size of a football field. Took out that caused the roof to collapse, and a couple people ended up passing away in that, and they're still searching for people in that. So it was weird, like when I was waking up today, it just hearing like the wind blowing through, and all I kept thinking about was like, motherfucker, the garbage can's gonna be blown over, there's gonna be garbage everywhere. The state that my back is in, there's no way I'm gonna be able to pick it up unless I'm like literally on the ground picking it up and stuff. And it sucked when I went to go look online to see what the weather's gonna be like today and how bad my garbage is gonna blow around. And I realized that there's things way, way worse than what I was even thinking I had to go through, and my garbage didn't even blow over.
Yeah.
So it's a mess out there. I did check on a couple of people I do know that live in Kentucky and Missouri and stuff. Everyone said they're fine. They're not even in the area that tornadoes are hitting.
Well, that's good.
But it's been a cluster. Been a cluster of tornadoes that have been hitting since yesterday evening. They're still keeping updated. Kentucky's in a state of emergency. Illinois obviously is dealing with Edwardsville. Missouri doesn't seem to be too bad off, but obviously they're getting hit as well. So if if anyone out there is in the area of these tornadoes and everything that's happening, the heavy winds, just be careful, be cautious when you're driving. Just watch out for trees and limbs being blown over. Very bad winds that are out there. Not only just the tornadoes, but even the wind could cause bad things to happen. So be careful, be safe. Not to open this on a morbid note, but definitely needs to be acknowledged.
No,
yeah. And I feel that as I've been referred to as a journalist before, being a podcaster, which is weird. I don't know if that's a wrestling.
It is super weird, but it is technically accurate.
Yeah. So I guess I could do my due diligence and let people know just to be careful out there. Like I said, this is This is going to be released a couple days after everything happened, but still wanted to kind of let you guys know you're in our prayers and our thoughts and everything as everything is going through. We didn't make it to C2E2.
No.
That was my fault. That was on me. And it all stems to my back. And again, I'm going to talk a little bit about that and where I'm at. You guys are probably going to hear me sound like I'm in some kind of discomfort the entire show as far as slight moans and maybe some heavy exhales. That's not for show. I am in excruciating pain. And,
I can hear it even in just the tenor of your voice.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm literally sitting on my lumbar cushion to try to get some kind of pressure off my spine. But we're going to talk about all that. We're going to talk about missing out on C2E2. We're going to talk about the Phantom Tollbooth, obviously. And I want to talk about something else, too. And I don't know how to accurately describe what we're going to talk about. But we'll talk about it. Obviously, you know, Joe, you and I have a great chemistry here, so I know I can talk about anything, and you kind of just follow up and follow my lead on it.
Yeah.
Which is perfect. A lot of that stems from family, but also doing this podcast together for 6 years. So
Can't believe it's been 6 years. It's wild.
I know. It's nuts, man. But it's real. It's real weird. It's even weird to think that, like, you and I have known each other for, nearly 18 years.
I don't believe
16. I think it's, well, when I met
but just because it's true doesn't mean it's real.
I know. Well, this one, it had to be 8. Yeah, it had to be 18 because I think I met you when I met you when I was 14, and I'm going to be 33, so it's coming on 19 years. And we've known each other. You know, and look at everything now. You know, Sherry has a kid. I hear somebody else is having a child.
Yep, not me.
Not you. Not you. No, you,
just in case.
Yeah, I know you're responsible. So, I mean, but congratulations to, I guess we can talk. I guess we can say it.
We can say it.
Yeah, Michael and his girlfriend, youngest brother of the 7 of us.
Yep. And I will say, like, it's weird you bring up the responsibility thing. Do you know why they're having a kid before they get married?
No. I just thought that they, just like to live life on the raw side.
Nope. Wasn't, well, I'm sure they do. But, but no, it wasn't entirely accidental. The company they work for, they only give, if you're an unmarried mom, you get 12 weeks of maternity leave. But if you're married, you only get 6.
Well, that's fucked up.
Yeah. And so they're like, well, you get better benefits if we're not married, so we'll get married later.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, use the system to your advantage. I mean, I don't understand why a company would do that.
I don't either.
Sounds kind of goofy to me.
Yeah. My guess is it's like one of those things where they were trying to do the right thing and be supportive of single moms, but they like just whiffed it a little bit on, you know.
Now, is that, and I don't know how in depth you know about this, but, is that just for the single moms or like single dad side too? Like, or is there any paternity at all there?
I think he does get, paternity leave, as I understand it, but it's unpaid.
That sucks.
And so he's saving up. He's going to take 6 weeks off when the baby's born. Well,
that's good. It's just a weird concept. It's like, like if you're a single mom, 12 weeks, but if you're married, it's half.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess the companies could do what they want. I mean, technically, I don't think they really have to give paternity leave or maternity leave.
Right. That's true.
I think somebody was telling me, I don't know if it's in, I want to say it's Switzerland or Sweden, where like maternity leave is almost a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
dads get like 6 months or something along with it.
Yeah, because they actually embrace the fact that the first part, the first year of life is actually important to a child, where here in the United States, they're like, you know what? I think 3 months in, your kid should be good to go with a complete stranger.
If they're not ready for the assembly line at 3 months old, you should just... I don't know. Give them over to the state or whatever.
Yeah. So it's goofy, but hey, it's awesome. We got a, I don't know if it's a niece or a nephew, if they announced that or.
Oh, it's they know, they think they know already that it's a niece. It's not a surprise. They did a blood test and she didn't have any Y chromosome in her blood. So they're pretty sure it's a girl. Like 99%.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they won't know for 100% sure until, ultrasound and then
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
Whoever the kid decides to be.
Yeah.
But in the short term, we're pretty sure it's a girl.
There we go. Well, that's awesome. Another niece.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Well, congrats to them. I had heard about from Facebook. No one sent me a message, but I'm getting used to that. Whatever. But before we dive into anything else, I just want to remind you guys that this episode of This Freakin' Show is brought to you by CarterComics.com. The best place for you guys to go to start or even continue on your comic book collection, because they carry everything from graded comics from 9.6s, 9.4s, 9.8s, all the way down to the raw comics that are ungraded, available to be read and stuff like that. If you actually just want to build a collection of comics you could read, you don't got to worry about being enshrined in a plastic cover as they would with graded comics. They got it all for you guys, and they have thousands of comic books to choose from, so many so that they don't even have everything up on their site yet. So, give me a second, my fucking spine. God, this is miserable. Just for you guys, keep that in mind. They got thousands of titles available. They got some. Go ahead. What's up?
No, nothing. My cat was starting to scratch a chair.
Oh, gotcha.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. No, I thought it was mine. I thought you were like, hey, pick it up.
Nope.
Everything is available on CarterComics.com, or if you go to CarterComics.com and go down to the bottom of the page, there's going to be 4 separate links that are linked right to their eBay accounts. They have 4 different eBay accounts, so if you're more into like bidding wars and trying to get a comic for a better price than, just like a flat out, hey, I just want to pay this outright, you want to try to bid for something, they got 4 different sites you could go to, check out, and place your bids. I mean, it's an awesome concept how they have everything not only in bidding on eBay, but also available to buy outright on their website. And as I mentioned, they have so many titles available, they don't have everything listed. So if there's something you're looking for that you don't see that they have, reach out to them, message them, ask them like, hey, do you have issue blah, blah, blah of this? If you know a year, maybe that'll help out a little bit more. And then they kind of look into their inventory and say, yes, we do. We just haven't had it listed yet, but we'll put it up there so you can purchase it and buy it or whatever it is that. Amazing company. CarterComics.com is doing a lot for us here at This Freakin' Show, being able to fund us more than we could imagine to do more things here in the future. I know we're talking about a lot of YouTube videos. It's probably going to happen more towards the beginning of next year. I don't know if we're going to be able to cram anything in this year, especially the way I'm feeling right now. So I feel like it's more me dropping the ball, and that's on me. I apologize, but 2022, I think we're just going to hit the ground outright and start issuing out videos and stuff like that. As far as, food rankings, I think we're doing diet journals again. Even looking at doing the book club stuff. So a lot of stuff happening in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So go to CarterComics.com, sign up for the Carter Comic Club. I'm not sure if it's called the Carter Comic Club, but I like calling it the Carter Comic Club. I even love saying the Carter Comic Club. So if it's not called the Carter Comic Club, it should be Carter Comic Club. So make sure you sign up for the Carter Comic Club. Go ahead and fill your cart with all of their amazing products. And at checkout, use the code FREAKNET, FREAKNET, or Cartoon Joe if you feel the need to use the CARTOONJOE. And you're going to get 10% off your order. Fill up your cart, buy as much as you can, because like I said, some of these are rare comics that, may be difficult to find. So if you find them now, might as well take advantage of the opportunity. So CarterComics.com, best place to stop and shop for your comic book needs.
Nice.
Thanks.
That was a good promo. Good club.
Thanks.
Plug. Plug is the word that I was looking for.
Flags!
This Freakin' Show is also brought to you by Audible.com. If you want someone, probably a professional, to read you a book in a wonderful voice or voices, the best way to do that would be go to audibletrial.com/freaknet and sign up for a free 30-day trial. Get a free credit toward your first audiobook purchase. You might want to pick up something like the Dresden Files, which is what I've been reading a lot of lately. James Marston is a fantastic narrator. Can't sing his praises enough. Great way to read a book while you drive or cook or do just about anything that requires, your hands, so you can't physically be holding it. Audiobooks are fantastic. They're really, really a great way to blow through as many books in a year as you want, without having to actually use your eyes or your hands. You can just listen. It's really fantastic. So if you want to experience the wonder of the future, go to audibletrial.com/freaknet and sign up for a free 30-day trial. Get a free credit towards your first audiobook right now. Do it now. It's great.
Do it now.
Do it now. Get
Do
to the
it.
chopper. Get to the website.
Yeah, Audible has actually been really incredible. I've been using it a lot on my way into and home from work, because usually I listen to like a lot of podcasts and stuff like that. But because of the book club we're doing, because of the fan Tollbooth, it's like, there's so many other books that, I loved reading as a kid that I kind of want to like go through. So like PD, Searching for David's Heart are like, on my top 5 favorite books of all fucking time. And they're easy reads. Like I said, I've never been a big reader, so I want to start slow, build my way back into it. Maybe get one of those big ass, thick ass books. I don't know. We'll see. But, it's just a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun to sit there and just drive into work like first thing in the morning, and you're just getting read to, and just a way to enrich your life.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's what I do too. I drop my wife off at work and then turn my audiobook on and listen to it on the way home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So definitely big fans of literature over here as far as comic books, literature. Even got acknowledged by Infinite Monkeys for our shout out on their book on the last episode. So
I saw that.
Yeah. So hopefully they do reach out to us to get back on here, because I'd love to talk with them. Thank God I didn't do it today, because I would be useless in an interview.
Same, but it has nothing to do with my back and everything to do with my interview skills.
Cool. Let's talk about my back real quick, and then.
Yeah, what'd you do? What happened to your back?
I wish I knew. This is all I know. All I know is that I've been having back problems for up to maybe like 5-6 months now. And it's my back and it's my left leg, my thigh, my knee, my ankle, or not my ankle, my heel. I've been having issues with my leg for months. And I'm not sure if I ever mentioned where I worked. If I did, this is going to be kind of awkward. If I didn't, then you guys don't really know.
I don't think you did. I think you've been careful not to say their name.
Yeah, we'll find out then, won't we? We've been really short-handed ever since I took this job back in October. And it's just one of those things where you can't take off. And we're contracted out to another company. And they can make the decision to pull us whenever they want. So if we can't cover shifts and fill stuff, then, it is what it is. And so, several months ago, back in September, I did end up going to the doctor because I was having such pain in my back at work that it sucked. So I had to take a day off the following day. Luckily at that time we did have coverage for someone to be there. So they went in, and, my doctor was telling me, he's like, if there's a way for you to get like a week off work, I'd recommend it, because I go into the chiropractor like at least once a month, sometimes twice a month for just regular adjustments, more maintenance, but also, just leg problems, back problems and stuff like that. And he told me back in September, you need to find a way to get some time off work, so you could heal, or else this is going to get worse. And I was like, I can't give you a week. I give you 2 days because I need to work. I need to make money. You know, that's how we pay for things. And
Right.
I don't know if you noticed or not, but the prices of everything isn't going down.
This is true.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things where I was like, you know what? I'll just work through it, you know, and hope for the best. Well, around Tuesday, I was working Tuesday and Wednesday this week. So around Tuesday, I got up. I felt a little bit stiff. Wasn't too worried about it. Just took some ibuprofen. Got dressed, went to work, went about my day. Everything seemed fine. I got home and I just felt really, really stiff. Like I've never felt my back hurt as much as it did. Put some heat on it. I put a cold pack on it. I did everything I could just to make it bearable for me to fall asleep and go to bed. I woke up the next morning and I couldn't move. I couldn't roll myself. I couldn't roll myself out of bed. I couldn't sit myself up. I was able to finally. I got the dog outside. I went downstairs and I grabbed some laundry out of the dryer because I had to do a load of wash, real quick, the night before. And, I was throwing some clothes, from the washer into the dryer. No, wait, no, I'm sorry. That was Friday morning, so I didn't get to the washer yet. But no, I got downstairs and let the dog out. I was taking some emergency, because, just because of the cold weather and everything, I want to make sure that I just get on top of any flu, cold, whatever that may come my way. Cause I have been feeling kind of headachy. And I think it's just from just the cold and stuff. So I'm just going to take some emergency, make sure everything's fine. I went to go put my socks on and I couldn't get my leg up to put my socks on. So, I'm sitting there on my bed in fucking tears. Like, there's a point where, I felt like I wanted to cry. But I knew I just couldn't get to that point. I just gotta get my socks on. I have to leave.
Yeah.
The longer I sit here, the later I'm gonna get for work. So, I grabbed some ankle socks. Which, FYI, if you wear boots, especially cowboy style work boots, ankle socks aren't the best thing to use because your calf and everything will rub against it. But I had no other choice, so I just grabbed ankle socks. I threw them on the ground, and I just tried to wedge my foot in the sock as much as possible, and tried just to get my finger in the back part of the sock, just to get it over the heel. Got my pants on and everything. I should have known from this moment that I should not go into fucking work.
Right.
But I was told, by this time, this week, we had the only coverage we had quit. He found a different job.
Yeah.
Maybe about 3 weeks ago. So, we were told, hey, unless you're dying, don't call off. Unless
but
you lose
it's like, what are they gonna do? Fire you? They haven't been able to find any help.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. If
bastards. Sorry, it makes me so angry.
It sucks. It 100% sucks. And the thing is, I know they're the kind of company that they will do what they can for the betterment of them. When I walked into that building for work on Thursday, and I was leaning to the side because I had to alleviate the pain that's in my back. I just knew it's like I am doing everything I can to be the best employee I can for a company that would have no problem replacing me tomorrow if they're able to.
Yeah.
They will find a way. It's like, oh, Travis can't come into work? Okay, well, when he comes back, we'll eliminate his position and then we'll just refill it.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound cynical of the company. I don't hate the company 100%. I can't even say I hate the company. It gives me a paycheck. It gives me insurance. It's just, it lost its ability to be for its employees and focus more on profit and numbers.
Yep.
And it sucks, I made it through work. I text the only other two people that do the job I do. They work opposite shift to me, so they're off on Wednesday. And I text them both, listen, I know it's short notice. Usually we try to give each other, you know, a 24-hour heads up on if, you know, we can't make it into work. And this is negative 3 hours right now. I'm like, listen, I've been at work for 3 hours. My back, I don't know if I threw it out last night or what the fuck happened. But I can't move. I'm getting through work the best I can, but it's just not possible. And people are staring at me like I just shouldn't really be there. You know, I should be at a doctor's. I should be at home. I shouldn't be carrying cylinders and bottles and stuff like that. But,
Right.
you know, this is the world we live in now where people are putting their bodies through fucking hell just to survive. And that's what I've been doing for the last 6 months. It's like I know I need to be healthy to do my job, but I can't stop doing my job when I'm not healthy. You know, and that's even beyond the mindset of what the manager tried to put in our head. I mean, it's just who I am. Like, I could absolutely hate a fucking job. And I've been in jobs I absolutely fucking hated, but I did the best job I could for them regardless because it's a paycheck and I don't want my name to be dragged through the mud, drug?
Yeah.
Drag?
Drug or dragged.
Ran through the mud, you know, and be unhireable in the future.
Yeah.
So neither one of them could come in. They both had plans, and I understood that. And if they do listen to this show, because I know I talked to them about my show, if you're hearing this, I have no ill will towards you guys not working for me. I don't want you guys to think that I'm upset that you didn't come in. I understand 100%. You guys made plans. You had things you had to do on your day off. We get very few days off in our weird ass schedule, you know, because we're working 2 days and then we're off for 2 days and then we're back for 3 days and then we're off for 2 days. So when you get those 2 days off in the middle of the week, it's hard. It's difficult to be able to drop everything and come into work. I get it. And this job is fucking hard to do that, especially when it's 12-hour shifts. And, you know, you get a call at 8 a.m. saying, I can't do this. Could you please come in? So they couldn't make it. I got through the job. Around 2 o'clock, my back was starting to feel better. And I wasn't sure if it was because I was stretching it out more, if I was actually moving and working, or the fact that I took nearly 3,000 milligrams of pain relief pills.
Right.
Which is dumb. I don't recommend anyone taking that much of anything ever, because it's a fucking lot.
Yeah.
But I take ibuprofen like almost every day. I mean, normally I take about 800 milligrams of ibuprofen just to get out the door in the fucking morning. And I've been doing that since last year. Wednesday morning, I took 1,200 milligrams of ibuprofen and had another 2,000 milligrams of Tylenol that I had just in case. And I took them because to me it felt like just in case. I don't recommend doing that. I told the doctor I did it. He looked at me like I was dumb. I don't know if he could ethically tell me I'm stupid, but he probably could. But he looked at me like it was a bad idea. And if he's telling me it's a bad idea, then it was definitely a bad idea.
Right.
So I made it through work. I got done. I went to the doctor yesterday. As far as I could tell, I have sciatica. I have a shift in my pelvis. The muscles around my spine are strained. So pretty much the entire midsection of my body is fucked. I was doing, we were able to do some kind of shock therapy to try to get the muscles, I don't know if he said agitated or atrophy, but, he said something. He's like, we're going to do this to get the muscles moving or loosened up or whatever the fuck it is, which it was fucking amazing. Like laying there, it was phenomenal. When I could lay down, no pain whatsoever.
Yeah. Nice.
It's getting up from laying down. It's walking around. It's sitting up. It's everything to be a functioning adult. That hurts beyond fucking belief. But laying there was phenomenal. So he did this shock therapy thing on me. He showed me one of these like handheld ones that he has. I ordered one online. It's called like Tens or something like that. I ordered one online. It should be here today. So I could use that to kind of get my muscles from working. biofreeze, and I just pretty much got to work on stretches. And he told me, he's like, you need to take a week off work. Like, I know you said in the past that you couldn't, and I told you if you didn't, this was going to happen. This is where we're at.
Right.
And I told him, I looked right at him as I fucking, like, lurched into his fucking, office, and he looked right at me. He's like, what did you do? And I'm like, I can't even tell you.
Man. I existed.
Yeah. I went above and beyond, even though I shouldn't have. But the first thing I told him when I walked in, I'm like, whatever you say goes. Like, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter at this point anymore. Like, I made peace with myself that if for some reason there's a loophole where I lose my job because I took a week off of work, then so be it. You know, cause is at the point now where, like, if I can't afford my mortgage, if I can't afford to pay my bills, if I fall into some kind of fucking debt collector hell, at least I don't have to have a bad back along with it. You know, I can move in with the folks. I can figure something out. You know, things that are material could be replaced. I can't. Yeah. You know, I can't. I mean, you know me. Everyone who knows me knows I am not the healthiest guy in the fucking world. I know my weight plays a factor in this a bunch. So being 400 pounds, I can't be a 400-pound guy who can't care for himself, because nobody in my family is going to be able to fucking do that shit. And I can never put anyone in my family through that shit. So if it comes down to me taking a week off work, missing 3 days as of right now, because I'm supposed to work Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and he gave me a note for Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. He said, we're going to do this for now. Yep. But if we need more time, then so be it. And I was like, whatever. It is what it is, you know? And so, like I said, I put my trust into him 100% because I neglected what he said before, and this is the situation I'm in now.
Right.
So
well, make sure that as you're communicating with the company, get it in writing, not phone calls.
Yeah.
So that if they do fire you over it, you probably have a case with, like, the labor board.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, everything's, I initially text them. There's an email confirmation and everything. I sent them in a text. Just letting them know, hey, I just went to the doctor. I'm having back problems. He told me I had to be off work for a week. I did go to work on Wednesday with the same back pain. I made it through the best I could because I couldn't get any coverage for me. I did the best I could. I'm sorry that this is, a bad time for it, but whatever. Yeah. My one boss has yet to respond to me yet about it. The other one, who really has nothing to do with what we do other than just being a manager by name, is like, don't worry about it. I talked to one employee. They're going to cover Monday. The other they're going to cover Monday and Tuesday. The other employee is going to cover Friday, and if you need Saturday, then so be it. Whatever. So she covered it. Even though she's literally just a manager by the sake of we needed a manager. Yeah. She did. The other one, I have yet to fucking hear from, and I know he's got the message.
Right.
But I mean,
it makes you wonder, like, what's even the point of a manager if you know?
Yeah.
If you have to find coverage on your shift, then what does the manager even do?
Yeah.
It's not it shouldn't be your job.
Yeah.
You know, I know that it's, like, typical for the companies to make it people's jobs to find coverage for themselves, but it's like, it's not your job. That's what fucking managers are for. You know, if your manager's not doing that, fire him. Get a new fucking manager, is what I say.
Oh, yeah.
Save that salary, because I know managers are very well paid.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, just infuriates me. And this isn't specifically against your company or anything. I'm just, in general, I really hate this mentality of you know.
But that's how, and you're right, that's how most companies are. You just sit there and call them up. It's like, we used to joke all the time with a couple of people who, before they quit, we used to sit there and joke with them. I was like, I bet you I could call so-and-so up right now and say, hey sir, just to let you know, on my way into work, I got T-boned, and I'm currently stuck inside my truck on I-80 upside down waiting for the paramedics to get here. And his first thing would be, well, can you still make it to work?
Yeah.
Because that's their mentality. It's like we understand that you need to take care of you, but you're an employee of the company, and that should come first, no matter what.
Right. And, but it's like, look, man, I'm selling you my time.
Yeah.
You don't own my time. I'm renting it out to you, man.
Yeah, it's a massive situation. But that's the gist of it. Like right now, I just got a lot of back problems. I also didn't know, the doctor told me, because I don't know much about HIPAA laws. I really don't.
Yeah.
But he wrote me the note. He just said Travis has been in my care since 12/10. I'm going to be working with him, blah, blah, whatever, until 12/17. So I was like, okay, well, if they ask me what's wrong, what do I tell them? He's like, you don't have to tell them anything. As long as you have a doctor's note that says Travis is in my care, he needs medical help, he can't work, that should be good enough. And I was like, well, you obviously don't know my boss. But he's like, listen, you don't have to tell him anything, but you can tell him this, because this is what's going on. But you only have to tell him if you feel you have to tell him. Like if you feel you want to tell them. But you don't have to tell him anything, because that's a HIPAA violation. So right. I always thought you had to explain to him, hey, listen, I can't come in. I have bronchitis. Hey, listen, I can't come in. My back went out. Hey, I can't come, blah, blah. Like, no, you don't. All you do is tell him, like, hey, listen, I can't work today. I'm taking a sick day. That's it. So, fun fact for you guys out there, you don't have to tell them why. You just be off. So, I want to make sure we have enough time for Phantom Tollbooth, but I want to talk about the other thing before. Yeah, we should have time. We're only time. You're only 20 minutes in, or I don't know.
I don't even know.
30 minutes. Who fucking knows? Who cares? We're talkative. Okay, so real quick, before I dive into the main focus of what I want to talk about today, besides the back, reminder, guys, this show is sponsored by ballwash.com, the one-stop shop for all your male hygiene needs. Especially around Christmas time, make sure you get those orders in soon so you get your stuff in, as quick as possible, because Christmas is literally right around the corner. Everything from shampoos, conditioners, body washes, body scrubbers. They got personal lubricants for all you weirdos who are alone this holiday season. Don't worry, I'm one of them. Hand sanitizers, which I don't recommend getting that mixed up with your personal lubricants, because that does fucking hurt. Not from experience, I just assume. One of the greatest products they have, Ball Guard. It's a great anti-chafing kind of product that goes on like a lotion, dries as a powder, so you don't have the mess and hassle of baby powder, but you get the benefits of it. Absolutely phenomenal. They came out with the men's bar of soap, which I think is going to be my new personal favorite, because I'm more of a bar of soap guy than I am a liquid soap guy.
Yep.
So I'm excited for that. They also came out with their own boxers. Guys, they have everything you need for your hygiene needs. They got a solid nut cologne, so you could make your special area smell great for the holiday season. If you're looking to get your bells jingled, if you're looking to deck some halls, if you will. They got everything you need. So many products, I can't even list them because I can't memorize all of them. There's just so many out there. Just go to ballwash.com. Check out all their amazing products. Fill up your carts. You get a ball subscription. You get a gift box, especially for the person you love the most in the world. Give them a gift box. They do have a Christmas gift box available right now as well for the holiday season. Fill up your cart with all your amazing products. And then use the promo code FREAKNET. That's FREAKNET. At checkout, you'll save 15% on your entire order at ballwash.com. That's right, guys. When you're looking to deck the halls or jingle some balls, Ballwash is the place to go. Ballwash.com. Check it out. Use the promo code FREAKNET for 15%. All right, Joe. Biggest thing I want to talk about. You're the best person to talk about this, because you're a priest, pastor, a minister.
Yeah, sure.
What are you?
Pastor.
So you're going to know more about this than anyone. I want to get your point of view. I don't know how many people talk to you about having faith in Jesus, losing faith in Jesus, and stuff like that. But I did post something on Snapchat a couple days ago before my back went out, where it was talking about, and I think Morgan Freeman had a speech about this in Evan Almighty. But like when you sit there and you pray to God about strength or forgiveness, like he doesn't give you strength, he doesn't give you forgiveness, but he gives you the ability to find strength. He gives you the ability to create forgiveness.
Yeah.
That's how he is. God gives you challenges. He gives you tests to show how strong you truly are as a person. He just doesn't do things for you. And I think that's where kind of people lose their concept of faith in God, where it's like, well, I prayed to God to help pay my mortgage, and He didn't give me the money. It's like, well, because it doesn't work that way.
Right, God's not a vending machine.
Exactly. He doesn't give you the money. He gives you the opportunity to earn the money. And I believe that
sometimes He gives you the money, but
sometimes, that's
but it's not every time. It's not all the time, and it's not, guaranteed.
Right.
Anyway.
Right, not to be petty, but he has yet to give me my lottery ticket numbers, but whatever.
Right.
I get it. He's a busy guy, I guess. But during this whole back problem, all through Thursday, when it was at the absolute worst, I spent probably the best 7 hours of that day, probably in the worst mental state I've ever fucking been in.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like the pain was so bad. There was no relief whatsoever. I did everything I could. I got a 50-minute drive to work every day. Not every day, but when I do work.
Right.
So sitting in the truck, driving to work was unbearable. I was trying to move and shift myself, bending forward, bending back. It sucked. And then half my job is sitting in a truck driving around, getting in and out of the vehicle. I had one pickup time I had to do where I had to get in and out of the truck a total of 12 times.
God.
So for 7 hours, I sat there and I had pity for myself. I just kept saying, I prayed to God to help me find a way to make this pain go away, help me find a way to get through the day, help me find a way to make the day not so bad. And in my mind, and I can honestly say I've never had this mindset, but I was looking for an instant gratification. I was looking for a moment where like as soon as I say it, boom, finger snapped, and I'm going to be able to fucking do cartwheels. And it just wasn't happening. And I was so blinded by pain and frustration that I started yelling and screaming, and I just kept saying, I hate saying it, but I gotta say it.
I hear you.
Because I need you guys to know where I was coming from and how low I sunk. Like, an exact quote on my drive to work. This is fucking bullshit. I did nothing to deserve this, and you can't even fucking help me out once. Talking to God. And I'm just like, fuck this. If you can't help me, what good are you? I was in so much fucking pain. Mm-hmm. Never. I have been in pain before. I've had hip flexor issues where I was hunched over for weeks trying to find a way to fix this, and that pain does not even come close. Yeah, to the pain that I was in this past Thursday. This was 2 days ago. I'm sitting at work, and in my head, I'm just like, I'm fucking alone here. This is it. This is just me. No one can fucking help me. Nothing can fucking help me. This is it. And then there was a time around, that one pickup. It was an 11 o'clock pickup, 11:30. It was around 11:30. I was on this pickup. This is the pickup where I had to get in and out of the truck a total of 12 times. And I was not looking forward to it. I was like, okay, I gotta make this stop. I gotta get in the truck, get to the place, get out of the truck, get back in the truck, get to the next place, get out of the truck, get back into the truck, next place, out of the truck, into the truck, next place, out of the truck, into the truck, next place, out of the truck, into the truck, back to the lab, out of the truck. And I'm like, I'm gonna get in and out 12 fucking times. Getting out of the truck was the worst part of everything. This is where I realized that my spine was hurting me. Because I didn't realize I had a spine problem until I got out of the truck. Everything else was just lower back. That's all it was. It was the left side. It was the right side. I didn't realize there was any pain in my spine until the first time I got out of the truck on my 8 in the morning pickup. So around 11:30 on my 12 fucking in and out pickup, I sat there. And I was breathing because I knew I'd get out of the truck again. And I knew it was going to fucking hurt. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like everything I said earlier did nothing to benefit me.
Right.
or my relationship with God.
Yeah.
So I just sat there in the truck. I closed my eyes. I just took a big breath in. I took a big breath out. And when I go to work, I listen to 97.9 K-Love all the time. Like that's what I put on the radio. I listen to. A huge fan of the, especially Christian rock music today is phenomenal. And I recommend anyone who out there who loves God and loves Jesus and has a strong belief in faith. I don't know if that's weird to say a belief in faith, but whatever.
No, I hear what you're saying.
97.9 K-Love is a phenomenal channel. It's advertisement free because they run by donations from their viewers. It's right. Phenomenal how much support they have. There's a song called Rattle.
Oh yeah, that's your favorite one.
Yeah, that came on, and I love it. And there's a 10-minute long version of it on YouTube. If you haven't checked it out, watch it. I forget the name of the band. I can't think of it right now because I'm so far into my story. But it's called Rattle. And I get to look it up here in a minute. But it came on, and I'm sitting there like just thinking to myself as I'm breathing. I'm just taking slow fucking breaths, trying to be because I never took a moment to calm myself through this entire fucking situation. I just kept woe is me the entire fucking time. And I know what you're thinking, Joe. There's going to be a point where I'm going to let you talk.
You're good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're doing the whole story.
Cool. So I just breathe. I'm just like, it's like, you know what, God, everything I said earlier was wrong. It was pure ignorance. It was selfishness. It was just my way of looking for an instant fix to something I thought I was owed to. And I know now that's not the case. If you're able to help me in any way, I appreciate it. If you can't, I understand, and it's not going to change how I feel about you. 'Cause he's my savior. God, like I have a relationship with God that I rarely ever talk about. I know we bring it up once or twice here on the show, but outside in public, I never really fucking talk about it. It's just something you never really bring up to people because everyone has their own different opinions.
Right.
My chiropractor I go to, he's a religious guy too, and we talk a lot about God and church and everything. So I'm sitting there saying all this stuff, my eyes are still closed, I'm still taking a slow breath, fucking Rattles on the radio, and I said like, if you can help, I appreciate it. If you can't, I understand. Sometimes you have to learn to do things for yourself. And I go to get out of the truck, and I don't know why, but I got out of the truck in a way I never got out of a truck before. There's always I open the door, put one foot out, slide out, next foot down. Like this time, like something was just fucking different. Yeah. When I got out of the truck, I just got out a different, completely fucking way that had no pain on my back whatsoever.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. I know my back hurts because I can still feel my back hurting. I can still feel it running down my leg as I'm standing here. But that excruciating pain of getting out of the truck is fucking gone. Like at that moment, getting out, like it it wasn't there. I walk over, pick up the sample. That was kind of painful, but I was like, it wasn't as bad as getting out of the truck. I put it in the back of the truck. I'm like, okay, now I gotta get back into the truck. And for some reason, I kept thinking in my head, I'm like, go head first. Put your head in first. Don't go leg first and pull yourself in. Go head first, climb it. And I did. And it didn't hurt getting into the truck. It hurt sitting there. It was uncomfortable. Yeah. But it didn't hurt. So I'm like, okay, so I know how to get in the truck without hurting. I know how to get out of the truck without hurting. Okay. Get back to the lab. I got out the new way. Didn't fucking hurt. Nice. I got up the stairs, I grabbed stuff out, and I'm walking with it and everything. I'm doing other shit, still fucking hurting. Around 2:00, I get another call for a pickup. I'm just like, crap, I'm in the middle of doing stuff, but I'm like, you know what? It's gotta be picked up. It is what it is. It is what it is. I got into the truck and everything, the new way, no pain. Picked up the sample, got out of the truck, no pain. Back, whatever, wash, rinse, repeat. When I got back to that lab at about 2:15, I was walking not as great as before the pain, but I was standing up straight. I was walking a little bit faster. I want to say I was maybe about 40% back to what normal felt like. It wasn't an agonizing, I had to yell out pain anymore. And it only lasted an hour, but it gave me enough time to get all of my work done that I was lagging on. and to make sure that my day got done in a timely manner. So
Nice.
I think it was just one of those things where like, I honestly believed, and this is where like I kind of want your opinion on it, is deep down, like God knew I was going to have that fit.
Yeah.
Like God knew that I was just looking for an instant gratification, that if I wasn't going to get it, I was going to yell about it and blame him. And I needed to find that moment where, like, unless you truly mean it and accept the fact that he's going to help but not do it for you, only then can you find a way to fucking get through it. So I kind of want your opinion on that. Like, I mean, like, where's your mindset or your thought on asking God for help and getting help?
Yeah. So first of all, that's awesome. And I'm a big believer in the idea that, like, just because something's a coincidence doesn't mean that it's coincidental.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so, I really do, I feel strongly that that's like, how it works sometimes is just, maybe
Mm-hmm.
your body happens to know that there's a way out in and out of the vehicle that doesn't hurt your back.
Yeah.
Or maybe you were prompted by something else that moved you to do that, and I say, why not say that something else prompted me to do that? It brings meaning to my life. It makes it, this is for people who maybe are more on the skeptical side. As a believer myself, I would be like, yeah, absolutely. That sounds like one of those small miracles that I've seen in my own life that ultimately led me into ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And I would also say, I do think that, like, one of the things that I see in the Bible, I look at, like, the book of Job is one of my favorite books in the Bible. I look at some of the Psalms. It says David was a man after God's own heart, except in this, in the case of, what happened with Bathsheba, and Uriah. But, there's all sorts of characters throughout the Bible who, when things don't go their way, they scream at God, and God is big enough to take it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing for me, is I'm like, I really feel it's important for human beings to know that when they are at their lowest, that God understands that, and that it is okay for you to scream at God.
Yeah.
God can take it. Sometimes that's necessary for our own healing, is how I feel about that. Sometimes we need someone to blame.
Yeah.
And even if it's not God's fault, God understands that. I think it's a Buddhist quote, actually, but it's, the one who can understand everything can forgive everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really feel that, God understands everything. God understands where you were coming from. God understands, the amount of pain that you were in. And so God understands why you would be angry and why you would blame God for that. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know that necessarily that it was necessary for you to reach that low for you to then come back and have that minor miracle.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's how you feel about it, I don't want to deny that either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't like ascribing necessity to things, but I do think that, that's a wonderful thing. That you were able to, maybe for you yourself, you reached a point where you needed to hit that low and be that angry because you're a really good guy. I really respect and admire you. But sometimes you take too much shit and you don't dish it back until you're at the point where you're screaming in pain, getting in and out of your truck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes you let stuff go too long, and it's not a bad thing. It just is,
Yeah.
And so maybe for you, maybe that's what needed to happen, was that you did need to get that low so that you could be that angry and get it out of you a little bit, get some of that negative energy out. And then, a little later on, feeling, I don't know if you felt ashamed about it or if you were just, your favorite song comes on the radio and you realize that you are cared for, you're not alone. Which is important. I think music is great for that.
Oh,
also,
yeah, no, and that's the thing. It's like you said, like I didn't feel ashamed.
I wasn't sure. I didn't mean to say.
No,
not that you should either.
Yeah, it wasn't more being ashamed, but I guess more disappointed. I know they're kind of similar, but it's like it was a disappointment in myself knowing that it didn't have to get to that point. And you're right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not the kind of person to talk about, like, I probably talk about my feelings and my emotions more on this show than I do to like my actual friends. And I think the only reason I do that is because the people in my life have found this concept of, if I have a problem, I'm gonna go to Travis. Because no matter what the situation is, no matter what's going on, I'm going to tell people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear.
Yeah.
I get friends who come over and they talk about their boyfriends, and they'll go up to people like, well, fuck him, you don't need that, blah blah blah, or if they go up to him, they say like, I want to win him back. It's like, well, then go for it. If you want him, then you should go. Like, I'm sorry, no, but like, if I have a friend that comes up to me and says, well, he hit me, but he says it's not going to happen again, I'm sorry, I'm going to look right at you and say, bullshit, it's going to.
Right.
I'm sorry, like, it's going to fucking happen again because it's the same conversation you had with me 9 months ago when I said, if you stay with them, we're going to talk about this again.
Right.
So it's like I don't want to refer to myself as people's security blanket, but it seems like a lot of times like I'm almost that priest in confessional in a sense where like this is my problem, what do I need to do? And I have no problem doing that. I have no problem listening to my friends' problems and their issues and what's going on.
Yeah, that's what friendship should be for, to some extent.
Yeah. But I think it built me into this mindset now to where if I show them that I'm having issues, they won't trust me with advice. Which I guess it's a stupid concept. It's dumb to think that that's what it is, but that's kind of like how I base my life now. It's like people have so many problems out there in the world that they need to be heard, they need to be listened to. And I'm willing to listen. And I'm willing to hear them out. And I'm willing to tell them anything that they need to hear.
Right.
But they don't have time for me.
Yeah.
Like they're going through their own shit. They don't have time for me. So I'll just deal with my shit on my own time. Right. And you're right. I never do. Like it just comes and goes. I go on TikTok a lot, and there's this quote on there that says, people who say it is what it is are the most dangerous people in the world because they mean it.
Yeah.
Like nothing bothers them. It's not true.
Right.
When they say it is what it is, they're just saying, you know what? I can't deal with this right now.
I'm not responsible for that anymore.
Yeah. It's like, oh well, this isn't the priority in my life right now. But you know what? Just because it's not a priority in your life right now doesn't mean that it's not going to be there when you have the moment to reflect on it.
Yeah.
Relationship. That's how people live with relationship burdens for months or years after a relationship ends. Because in their minds, like, well, if she doesn't want to be with me, fuck it. I'm just going to go to the bar, get drunk, and find somebody.
Right.
And yeah, you could throw a Band-Aid on it, but it's not going to be a fix. Eventually when you settle down, calm down, and you're sitting there in your truck on the way to work one day, and your radio's not working, so you're sitting in fucking silence, that X is going to pop up and like, damn, what the fuck did happen? And it happens. Like, I've lived it, I've never asked a girlfriend, and I know I said this on the show, I've never asked a girlfriend why they broke up with me. I never asked a girlfriend why they wanted to end a relationship. Because in my mind, if you don't want to be with me, that's good enough. I don't need to know why you don't want to be with me. But you know what, deep down, I really fucking do. Now, I'm not going to ask.
Right.
Because it makes me look like the bigger person in the relationship at the end. Like, oh, I'm not so self-conscious I need to fucking know. Yeah, I'd like to know, but it's not going to change my life regardless. But obviously I'd like to fucking know. But
if there's stuff I need to work on, like I'm happy to work on it.
Yeah.
Not for you anymore, but
no. Well, it's like the girl on the dating site, It's just it could have fucking worked out. It just didn't, And then she found out I was a smoker, and she's fucking gone. I'm going to assume it's because I'm a fucking smoker, not because, of my questioning of her, dwelling in the past, but.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to ask you about that. I wanted to share with you my lowest, because like I said, I mean, I've been down before, never like that. So.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Phantom Tollbooth real quick before we run out of time here.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty big chapter. A lot of characters we met.
Mm-hmm.
Do you care if I start out?
No, please do.
Awesome. So we're on okay, so we're on chapter 17, the Unwelcoming Committee. So I want to make sure my post-it note was in the right place. If you guys remember back in chapter 16, we left off with Milo the Humbug and Tak doing these tedious, weird tasks of, you got Milo who's picking up sand with tweezers. You got Tak who's filling up a well with an eyedropper, and then you got the Humbug who's digging a hole in a wall with I think it's a pin.
Yeah, or a needle, something like that.
Yeah. So we open up the chapter. It's a couple days now, which is weird because we never had a concept of time before in this book, as far as I can remember.
Yeah.
They mention here how they've been going at this for days now. They mention how the Humbug dug a hole deep enough to put his thumb in. Milo barely made a pile. You had Tak, who, using the eyedropper for days. The well is just as empty as when he began. So they just keep going. They just keep going and everything. And Milo eventually asks, I wonder how long it's going to take to do this. They told him to use the wand that he got recently, the magic pencil wand.
Right, yeah.
Found out it's going to be about 800 years for them to finish off this their entire chores and projects and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, man, do we really have to do this? Is this, really necessary and everything? Eventually, they asked the strange man who was standing there, is this important? And he kind of flipped out. Said, is this important? Unimportant tasks keep you from where you're going. They later find out that this is one of the demons of the forest, the terrible, Trivium? Yeah. Trivium, I think it's spelled. Yeah. Right?
That sounds right.
Yeah. The terrible Trivium, he's a demon of petty tasks, worthless jobs, the ogre of wasted efforts, and monster of habit. He just finds that easy and useless jobs keep you from dealing with harder tasks that you might not be able to accomplish. So at that point, and this is another thing, they've been doing this for days. They're not hungry. They're not tired because they're so focused on the task. Because, again, a demon. We all seen Supernatural. We know what demons can do.
Right.
They hear a voice yelling for him to run. Milo thought it was Tak, so he just started running. Tak thought it was Milo. He just thought it was running. Humbug didn't care. Just started running. They started running away. The demon eventually started chasing them. They started running through this muck that ended up being ankle high, knee high, thigh high, hip high. And the demon, the Trivium, would have caught up with them, but he ended up finding a pile of pebbles that need to be counted. So he stopped off. They're still running, still getting away. The voice is telling them, keep going, keep going, keep going. Eventually telling them to step up. And when they try to step up, they end up falling in a pit. Got a little confused. And then, they end up hearing, the voice tell them, if I can find it real quick. I want to say it was on 215. Yeah. I'm going to read this real quick if that's okay with you.
Yeah, please do.
Okay. Now step up, it recommended, and almost before they knew what had happened, they had all taken a step up and then plunged to the bottom of a deep, murky pit. But he said up, Milo complained bitterly from where he was sprawling. Well, I hope you didn't expect to get anywhere by listening to me, said the voice gleefully. We'll never get out of here, the Humbug moaned, looking at the steep, smooth side of the pit. That's quite an accurate evaluation of the situation, said the voice coldly. Then why did you help us out at all? Shouted Milo angrily. Oh, I did as much for anybody, he replied. Bad advice is my specialty, for as you can plainly see, I'm the long-nosed, green-eyed, curly-haired, wide-mouthed, thin-necked, broad-shouldered, round-bodied, short-armed, bow-legged, big-footed monster. And if I'd say so myself, one of the most frightening fiends in the whole wide wilderness. With me here, you wouldn't dare try to escape. So they're listening to this monster. They can't see the monster, but Milo remembers getting a telescope as a gift. I think it was from Alec.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I remember right before they go into the woods, they got this telescope. So, and it's supposed to help them see things they can't see. So they eventually look he looks through the telescope and finally sees the monster, who is not anything like the description he gives. Calls him out, says, you don't look like you know who you are and everything. Comes to find out that that's the demon of insincerity. I think it was like, he wasn't saying like he just says things he doesn't mean.
Right.
Okay. He eventually runs off. They're able to climb up on top of each other. Humbug was able to hook a root. They're able to kind of climb out of the pit. And Joe, if you want to take it from there.
Yeah, so they climb out of the pit and they keep moving. I think it's the Humbug who decides that it's his turn to lead the group.
Yes.
And he guides them along, it says here, one of the 5 narrow ledges, all of which led to a grooved and rutted plateau. And it turns out they walk right into the hand of the gelatinous giant. And the gelatinous giant, of course, is a kind of a chameleon demon. Mm-hmm. Wherever he is, that's how he appears. So in the forest, he's an oak tree. In the city, he's a very handsome 12-story apartment house. On the beach, he's a broad sandbar. He's whatever he needs to be to fit in and be unnoticed.
Yes.
Even to the point of his opinions. He doesn't like to take a hard stand on anything. Gosh, I want to make a joke, but I don't want to get too political. But he's basically just a big coward. I think that's why he's gelatinous. He shakes like Jell-O. It doesn't say that specifically in the book, but I think that's the part of the idea. In addition to taking the shape of whatever he needs to get away with things. And so Milo starts asking him questions, and he's like, I don't want to answer any questions. The idea of answering a question makes me sick, and I would really just like to eat you guys for breakfast. And Milo's like, well, but you probably are polite, so I'm just going to keep talking to you because you're not going to talk with your mouth full. And so basically, he ends up freaking the giant out. He ultimately pulls out the box of ideas that Azaz gave him. Yep. And which is great. I love that there was all this setup, and now finally he has the tools he needs to get through the valley of ignorance.
Right, because you've been waiting for that moment. It's like,
yeah,
it's like he has this stuff, but why?
Right. Yeah, I forgot he had some of this stuff.
I forgot. And I know about the wand. The telescope I kind of remember, and I was like, I know he got something else. The box I completely blanked on.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so it's he pulls it out, and of course, of all the things that the giant is most afraid of, ideas is at the top of the list. And so he sets them down and runs away. And then, let's see. Yeah, and so that's basically it. From there, he has run away, and between him, the word snatcher, and the trivium, and the long-nosed, green-eyed, curly-haired, wide-mouthed, thick-necked, broad-shouldered, round-bodied, short-armed, bow-legged, big-footed monster, the alarm has been sounded, and now I believe the unwelcoming committee is the entire group of demons that has come out from every hill and valley and shadow and bright spot to block their way and try and trip them up and beat them. That's where I assume it's going. So,
yeah.
Yeah. So Milo took one deep breath and did the same, and the bug, now that he knew what lay behind, ran ahead with renewed enthusiasm. So, we're heading into the end game.
Yeah. Chapter 18, Castle of Air, will be one of the last 3 chapters we gotta get through. So we may make the end of the year here. I think we'll be able to achieve our goal. But I think it was kind of cool. Like, because I mean, obviously, when we do the chapter by chapters, we're meeting like one character like per chapter. The Dihedrons, Azaz, the Humbug, Hawk. This one multiple, and they're different demons of, I mean, like realistically, like what we do like almost on a daily basis. Tedious tasks that get us nowhere, exaggerations of what we are or what we do. And obviously, like, you know, sometimes we're just like too afraid or apprehensive to achieve things. So, again, the alliteration, I think that's the term used right? Yeah, this book has alliteration, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All throughout it.
Yeah, so I love it. Huge fan of it. Like I said, we got 3 more chapters we'll get through, and hopefully we get it done by Christmas with my time off of work. We definitely got enough time.
Yeah. Well, I love too that even the demons agree that Rhyme and Reason need to come back, but they don't have the courage to do anything about it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Because even Milo asked the fearful demon, the
gelatinous giant,
to help out, and he's like, no, everything's fine the way it is, even though it's not. Everything's fine. But yeah, we'll dive into the next chapter on the next episode. But until then, what are you freaking thinking about, Joe?
What am I freaking thinking about? Probably, there's a show on Netflix that just came on like 2 or 3 weeks ago called Arcane.
Okay.
It's I powered through it in like a weekend, and it was pretty good. If you don't have a problem with animated shows, it's a pretty good show. It's got lots of cool themes in terms of like class struggle and the way that like the uber wealthy will separate themselves from the uber poor and ignore all the problems of the poor and only deal with the problems of the wealthy. And it's high fantasy. So there's magic and there's science and wizards and thieves and murderers. And it's a really great show. I really enjoyed it. It's on Netflix. It's based in the League of Legends universe. If you play that game or have ever played that game online. But it was fun. I really enjoyed it. I did find myself going like, maybe if I played League of Legends, I would like this better. So, take that with a grain of salt, I guess. But it was fine. It was good. I enjoyed it. Probably not as much as Geekcast Rye. But it was a good show and I'd recommend it. Yeah. So trying to break things up because I have not stopped reading the Dresden Files. I'm now on like book 13 of 21 and they're really good. And I really can't stop singing their praises too. Mm-hmm. But anyhow, Arcane on Netflix. Check it out. What about you? What are you freaking thinking about?
Well, we used to, I want to give out a Star Award.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember how we agreed we were going to do that going forward, but
I think it felt natural.
Yes, and I think this plays right into that. I had an interaction yesterday that it almost made me tell a customer service rep that I loved her. But Chelsea, who is a customer service representative or a technical support representative for PlayStation.
Oh.
I tried to, after I got home from the doctor, I wanted to sit down and I wanted to watch Letterkenny on Hulu. Huge fan of Letterkenny. I was like, this is going to be my freaking thinking on the next episode. But Chelsea fucking overtook it. So I go on the PlayStation, I go to get into the Hulu app, on the account, and it's telling me to sign back in. I was like, well, I don't remember signing out of my account, but hey, whatever. I go to sign in, it says the password's not working. I'm like, what the hell? I go into my email, they got a fucking email from PlayStation saying I need to change my password or update my password. So I updated it, I go back in, try putting a new password in. It's asking me for a 2-step authorization. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, okay, well, where the fuck do I find this authorization code? No idea where it's at. I normally I get a text with an authorization code. I'm not getting a fucking text. I'm like, okay. I'm not getting a text. It's not in my email. It says go to your authenticator app or whatever and get it.
Sure.
Can't find out what the fuck that is.
I've never heard of an authenticator app.
Yeah. I'm downloading the PlayStation app thinking that's it. I go to log into the PlayStation app. It asks me for a fucking authorization code or whatever the fuck it is. And then they call it authentic 2-step verification, A2V or whatever.
Oh, okay.
That's for an A2V code. I'm like, okay, well, clearly this isn't going to give me that code, so where the fuck is it? I'm Googling, I can't fucking find it. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm texting fucking Colin, I'm going off on him like I did God the day before. And I'm like, what the fuck is up with PlayStation? Why the hell do I need an A2V code and blah, blah. He's like, oh, well, it's a two-step verification. I'm like, I never signed up for that shit.
I
He's
hate
like,
two-step verification. It's my least favorite fucking thing.
oh, it's horrible. Everything now is two-step verification.
I know.
Like, I just want to log in and check my fucking credit card. Now I gotta wait for him to fucking text me a fucking number just to put it in. I'm like, dude, I just...
Like, look, if you are... Here's the thing. Listeners, if any of you are trying to steal my student loans, please take them. I don't want them. I don't want them. Please steal my identity and my student loans.
Right. That's the dream, isn't it? That's
It
the
is.
fucking dream. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, and Colin's like, well, maybe someone hacked into your account. I'm like, maybe, but I already changed the password. Like, it should work. He's like, well, yeah, but without the two-step verification, it doesn't matter. So I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, am I changing this fucking password, putting it into the PlayStation, and then the person who got into my account is getting all these verification codes sent to him? Like, is this the master fucking plan? Because he can have the verification codes, but without the new password, how the fuck is he gonna get in? But I was like, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
I tried going on fucking PlayStation, go to their customer support. It's just like choose a category. Try this. I'm like, motherfucker, I just want to fucking talk to somebody. And I know they know there's a problem with their verification system because it literally says issue with verification system or issue with A2V. I clicked on it and it says, if you have an issue with A2V, you may need to speak to a customer representative. I'm like, oh, so you literally need to talk to a person about this. That's how much problems you're having with it. Cool.
Right.
So I call them, whatever. Like it says, like if you're having issues with your account or authentication verification, press 1. I'm like, perfect. This is the first thing on your fucking dial. The A2V is the first thing on your fucking prompter. So I sit on the phone for like 10 minutes. I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm just sitting there playing Marvel Contest of Champions on my phone while it's on speaker, waiting and shit. And then Chelsea fucking picks up. And let me tell you, I have never had a better experience with customer service, IT, whatever the fuck she is, in my fucking life. This woman, literally, even though it took 10 minutes to get through to somebody, within 5 minutes, she deactivated the A2V, verified who I was, got my account opened up, and I was able to get back into it within 5 fucking minutes.
That's awesome.
This woman crushed it and did fucking great. And like, I normally don't do those surveys at the end where like, oh, there'll be a brief survey. Email.
Oh yeah, only you have to either like go way above and beyond, or you have to be the worst human being I've ever dealt with on the phone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm like, I normally don't do it. Xfinity is known for that shit. And I'm just like, you're not worth my fucking time to tell you how you're doing.
Yeah.
But I was like, Chelsea did such a great fucking job. And I'm glad she said her name, too. She's like, well, thank you very much. My name is Chelsea. You're going to have a survey emailed to you after this phone call if you'd like to take it as a I'm like, Chelsea, I'm going to fucking write a golden fucking review for you. Don't you worry. Thank you so much. She laughed, said thank you so much, blah, blah. I was like, all I want to do is watch Hulu, and you're making this fucking happen. I want you to know you did that for me. And I've had a shit couple of days. Then she laughs like, well, I appreciate it. You know, I'm glad I can help you out, blah, blah, to get good, whatever. I went in, fucking 5-star. You know, like how, the only thing that got a low star, and I gave it like a 3, was the wait time.
Right.
That was the only thing. And then it gave like, you know, additional comments, and it gives you like 5,000 like characters to use in that. I know like 2,500 of it, half of the fucking thing I used. Telling a story about this amazing fucking girl, Chelsea, who I don't know if you guys know exactly who I'm talking about when I say Chelsea, but whoever it is, she's the one that deserves the fucking world from your company because she took care of me in 5 minutes. She was sincere. She was kind. She helped me out. She did everything she could to make sure I was happy. This is who you should model your employees based on. You know, if she doesn't get a raise, she fucking should. Like, just going on. Like, I'm like, this woman's fucking amazing. So if you ever need to call PlayStation for anything at all, ask for a Chelsea. Hopefully they only have one. I don't fucking know. But Chelsea deserves a Star Award because she's awesome and she took care of me. And I can't say enough how awesome it was. Because, I mean, obviously, we all know technical support. Sometimes it sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Not Chelsea. She's like, oh, no problem. Just let me ask you a few questions. What's this? What's it? And honestly, if I was Chelsea asking me these security questions, I wouldn't have given you I wouldn't allow you access because my shit was so questionable the way I answered. She's like, well, like, what's your city and state you live in? No problem.
Right.
This is where I live. Easy. Cool. What's the first four and last four digits of your credit card? And I'm like, oh shit, Chelsea, I'm not sure if I updated it or not, but it might be this. I think this is what it is.
Right.
Okay, not a problem. Which, if somebody took my account, they could see that.
Right.
And then she's like, okay, well, what was the last two purchases that you made on the PlayStation? Keep in mind, not PlayStation Plus. I'm like, Chelsea, I don't remember what I bought. It might have been this and this for this, but I really don't know. But I think that's what it could be. But I answered everything.
Yeah.
So thank God she had faith in me, because if I heard that shit, I'm like, this motherfucker's lying.
I'm glad one of us is trustworthy.
Right. So, Chelsea, you get the Star Award. I think it's the first Star Award of 2021.
I think so too.
So, you're the annual Star Award winner for this year because you fucking made me happy and you got me through a difficult time. Her and Dr. Enko, my chiropractor who is saving my life with my back. If you guys live in the Frankfurt, Illinois area, and you need to see a chiropractor, go to Dr. Enko. I'm not giving him a Star Award because I'm not completely healed yet. So maybe that.
Right. Yeah.
We'll see. I know we're just going to start. We just throw him out willy-nilly here. We haven't done it in a while. But Chelsea, fucking Star Award. Dr. Enko, amazing doctor. If you need a chiropractor, go to him. He's personable. He's amazing. He also deals with diet stuff. So I'm going to talk to him about diet stuff.
Oh, nice.
So we're going into 2022. I want to be less fat. That's the goal.
Heard
Beach
that.
Spot 2022. Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Our listeners can catch Cartoon Joe here on this freaking show whenever we get our shows dropped and released for our viewers to listen to. But of course, it's only about an hour per episode. And I know that's not enough for our listeners to get their Cartoon Joe fill. So if they need more Cartoon Joe, where can they go?
If you need more Cartoon Joe, you can find me over at the Geekcast Live podcast at violentpress.com. You can also find us on Facebook, iTunes, Spotify, and Twitter by searching Geekcast Live.
Perfect. Guys, if you haven't had a chance yet, make sure you go to freaknetstudios.com and check out the amazing podcasts that are associated with it, as well as some of our YouTube videos. If you haven't checked out our YouTube channel, make sure you go to youtube.com, search Freaknet Studios. Freaknet is one word. Subscribe to the notification bell because me and Cartoon Joe are going to start pumping out videos here starting next month. Still want to try the chicken. We're still going to do the chicken ranking. Actually, You know what, Joe? Maybe we could do that next week since I'm off the entire week.
Oh, that sounds good.
Right, and it won't interfere with my diet.
Nice.
Ooh, we're gonna figure that out. Maybe we'll put the show. Maybe there'll be a Christmas gift to our listeners. We'll talk more about that though.
I'm into it.
Yeah, make sure you go to Freaknet Studios on YouTube. Subscribe and the notification bell. Me and Country Joe are gonna be pumping out a lot more videos, random, sporadic videos, but videos nonetheless for you viewers and everything. And don't worry, we are gonna do the cemeteries. It's just it's a process now. But you can find our podcast on iTunes, Google Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Stitcher, Verbal, Player FM. Anywhere you can find a podcast, just search This Freaking Show will probably pop up. And of course, follow us on social media at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just by searching This Freaking Show. Facebook is the best place for you to go to see all the videos and podcasts that are released, and also anything we like to share and update you on. If you do want to be part of the show as a creator, a person of hobbies, you're more than welcome to reach out to us at thisfreakingshow@yahoo.com. Get a hold of us. We'll have you on as a guest. And talk to you. Talk about, what you guys love to do. So that's all I got, guys. As always, I am Travesty.
And I'm Cartoon Joe.
And thank you for listening to another episode of This Freaking Show. I'm out.